Hi. Um, this is an amazing journal. It's about to be on fire. Yeah, October 20th until today. From your creator, UK family, chosen ones, you've settled the ceasefire. October 21st, 2024. I went to the Dan and Phil Terrible Influencers Tour. I noticed a few of the fans take notice of me, and I felt they were like, oh, that's the girl that was banned by the FBI to attend the Interactive Introverts Tour and had that hashtag, Save Dan and Phil. Also, I'm almost 100% aware, or I think, that Dan and Phil were expecting me. They noticed when I entered. Anyways, Phil might have tried to do a love spell to steal my gifts or energies. During the last half of the show, they announced another quick break. When they returned, Dan was dressed as a sexy nun and dressed Phil as the priest. It just felt of that demonic energy of sex. Besides, I've no clue really what that skit was about. Honestly, the stage just changed to ugly. I got a download later that the spell they cast, and later that, what? Sorry. I got a download. Later that Phil was trying to reverse the spell he cast, and later when I was outside leaving, I saw the backside of a smaller, maybe a blonde or Caucasian person who was definitely not Dan and not a fan, but a demonic energy using Dan as a vessel. I don't know. They were at the Union. I think Dan likes myself and would rather collaborate with me. Also, there were lots of gang stalkers just keeping me and watching me. I have no clue why they were there. They were not like the regular Phantom. Also, Daniel knew that I had been there previously and with my ex Briley and for the Worship for the Fire Sun group fundraisings. Then they showed Briley on the balcony as a ghost, or that wasn't my son probably. Phil stared at me a lot while I was on the balcony, probably because he was wondering if I was aware of their plan the whole time. Anyway, glad I got out. Blessings, faith, and hope, and compassion. October 21st. I do have a new hope and a lease on life to be very into my self-care. I'm just so humiliated in what I've been through. I'm knowing now that one of my greatest issues is to overcome in the emo intelligence school. The school in my past has shown that I am so embarrassed and ashamed to be seen as different, and although I knew I wouldn't change, the image was upheld as diligently as I could, and when I exposed, like sitting alone at a table or going to places all alone, it would put me in the most major type of social anxiety and feelings of the energies of shunning, or me being an extremely self-hating energy. I was hopeful not to be too proud, and I felt confident in my pressure at the Terrible Influencers tours. Some of the pride has to do with overprotection. Okay. Then I read about October 23rd, some heartbreak warfare. October 25th of 2024. So I've realized, and I'm so tripping, that it's really Phil. And I'm amazed. I saw a relationship chart for us, and it was definitely him. I wonder if you have such a chart with anyone else. OMG, wow. I lied. Phil is gay. I kind of hope Dan likes me. I swear, October 26th. 2024. I swear this is the last time I will let this happen. Not ever will Dan and Phil be able to take my energy or my time for me. Anyway, it's just a story. I do see Phil as a match, but in no way do I want them taking anything for free. October 27th of 24, what a night at the in-between. So much 5D living can get me in trouble. So it also affects them, and so what I do, but just living with demons like Eric in room 40, he looked awful. So there might be a great movement of dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign, upper tier people who are unaliving folks, and they are at least three to four alive folks at work now. I wish I could write all this into an amazing story in a magical fantasy world that is becoming more and more real for me. Okay. And then here's from the past. So, I am the original. You know, you can't copy. Everybody tries to copy. They try to mock me. And in and around 2014 to 2015, I was led by a YouTube algorithm into searching for a couch sofa. You know, which was, we'll leave this anyway. In 2011, 2012, I was in an Apple machine learning linguistics school. Anyways, I had a bunch of smart machines then, including my iPads. I was also learning Ruby on Rails, and applying it into C program and compact laptop, where I was strategically and cautiously erasing OS system and registered data as to free up space for the teletransportation device. I was suddenly and magnificently hacked. As I was unawarely helping I was going into I was unawarely helping him by going into my files and targeting him. I was also told by Metatron to hurry and finish Wikipedia pages with divination intent. I was also with YouTube algorithm bots through the Netflix algorithm. Anyways, I don't know what it says. Within looking for my twin flame. So I just quit everything after they quit hacking me. I used the device to look for my twin flame. I was led to the YouTube algorithm, and I finally found a Tom Scott video that had Dan and Phil in it, and they were looking for a couch. Anyways, I have the couch at my house now, and I think I don't know how old he is, but I don't know if it is a couch. And how do you shop for a couch on YouTube like I did? But anyway, I started watching them and developed a huge crush on Dan and watched all of his content, which was very relatable. I was able to find too many synchronicities. Anyway, Phil seemed to just want to destiny swap or, be with me like many others. They don't do the work. They just hack my style. Ooh. Nurturing qualities and so on. During this 2015-2018 time, I pursued Dan, inviting him to social situations, all kinds of things, and responded to him in all of his live streams. They had a hard time taking inspiration from someone versus totally trying to be someone else. I don't even know what that says. Okay. Did he swear to me? I don't know if I read this. Anyways, I don't tear this all down by spite. I was the test. A divine judgment and reckoning is here. I am not here to make darkness look comfortable. The time for softness has passed. I've been raised from the darkest of the darkness and have risen to the light only to balance it and to utilize darkness only if it's necessary to deliver the truth. Hiding and living in ignorance is the main theme in this world. It has been so much and for so long, and my time for waiting and for sorry and collaboration. But wow, there are just two in almost everyone I know that behave similar to these two energies. But us three, Dan, Phil, and me, Kehlani, had it. Okay, we had a spirit contract, and it was like a, what do you call it, triangulation. And I think we moved rocks in Egypt and some much, I don't know, different places. Coven involved in the tip tour in my city has fallen apart. They are terribly mad. Individually, though collectively, they are grateful of my mercy and grace. Shattered the bloodline of darkness. I walked into the tip tour and walked out as the blank. Anyways. Okay, Phil. Do not blame me for the very things you were trying to do, I think, to me. You are just about to die to the old version of yourself. I do know how life can transpire to suddenly be in that energy. Just to let you know, I've died to myself several times. The three of us are all the same in our spirit contract. I've had to be only one vehicle, just one person in spirit, and have had to die to myself so many times. I do believe there was supposed to be some kind of, business or something, innovative. But, I don't ever want to ruin anyone's relationships, and I'm not a player. Someone is a cold-blooded killer. Okay, and I'm just asking to be accountable. I've had to several times for betrayal and never committed, to anything. Be careful. I want to ask Dan. Okay, and this is for Dan. Talk of how Dan's content mirrored my life so naturally, although, oh my gosh. I have no tolerance for others disrespecting my boundaries anymore. Number one, I rescinded my earlier offer of alignment, and now it would be only in marriage. Number two, I am a healer and so can possibly help in other ways. Number three, unawarely, you guys made a life out of hurting me, and then and it was only for all of my dreams and hopes to be dead or dying. And number four, I stopped accepting any form of disrespect from any source. Number five, the evolution of the spiritual dimension this world has begun. Alignment internally and the main 7 energy centers mirrors only 0.01% of people. And reconsider your alliances or make new ones, new connects. Number 6, I am a human mirror. Number 7, my whole life has been a contradiction. Like, why does everyone around me cling to me or run from me? Number 8, acceptance, connection, and understanding. Number 9, I was meant to be a messenger, a source of healing, a key, and not merely anything else. Or like merely casual, like friend, lover, or unaware of the triangle, I guess. Number 10, real healing requires one to stand in their own light. My energy is my energy. I understand that your desire is an appeal for assistance and funding, a source of strength independent of me. And that will take inner work. And then imagine feeling like you were one of the new beings of the new earth, very ahead of their time, so full of imagination and mystical energy. Obviously, I'm just a mediocre 51-year-old woman. Whose life was a complete emotional investment in suffering. When you have special gifts when you're young, and the kids are all kind of your friends. I was sort of tomboyish, but I was also very girly. Yeah, we were doing lots of magic, and they could do it. And I think my family was really, they were paid and they were scared. When I started showing magnificent signs, they tried spiritually restricting me, reprogramming me, doing root chakra work on me, and so on. The government agencies who used to visit me at school really and at home handicapped me. I was suddenly in special ed classes and having pretty blurry memory of my 8 to 9 years of self. For how fucked I've been, I'm so surprised I remember anything. I was constantly ill with pneumonia, bronchitis, allergies, rashes, hives, and all sort of nonsense. I do remember a few early moments being maybe 2 years old that I was happy. Okay. This is, and so I guess I'm an earth angel. And I have balanced my light and my dark side. I want to remember that as I move into the 5D completely and beyond steadily, I will notice how completely, easily everyone will know and be in shock of me. I will be an alien. I've always been. And also so kind, so graceful, so charitable, and so together. And we will all see a beautiful world full of love. Anyways, and let's remain in awareness that planetary energies, other uncontrolled emotions, and humans up to a certain age must be immediately sorted out to get the best humans. No doubt. Weird. What? We lost the page. Okay, but I want to pray really quick. The last paper. Energy vampires are now to be one by one wiped from the earth. Selah. Glory to you, O Lord. Glory to you, my God. Truth, justice, and righteousness are yours to give to yours divinely chosen ones. Selah. And also to let you know, this is just to warn you that I am lost in time in the 8th dimension, so it could be like up to 1,000 years or a little bit longer, but I don't think so. Many of the work and effort to help and heal myself, banish all astral traveling, infiltrating in my dreams, and proudly I cry, your energy is not my energy, my energy is not your energy, my energy is my energy. Salah. To Barbara, you know you are the Austrian boiler whom is seen by the Most High, trying their best to destiny swap with the rest. You are stopped. You cannot. You and Kimberly are soon to rot in all efforts towards me or anybody you're trying to. Also, your energy is not my energy, and my energy is not your energy. Okay, let me start here. Okay, military, cops, judicial system, miscarriage of justice. December 25th of 2024. Lies, manipulation, fraud, etc. Is ending. Who? Multi-group of people. Judicial miscarriage of justice, judgment. Third party abused power and authority. Corruption. Cops knew and didn't help because of financial aspects. Promotions, payouts, sexual spirit guides. Targeted more when speaking up. Military, policing, medical fraud experiments, name setups. Working for government and setting up people, female, Aries setup. Hands for fucking devil. Venus. Anyways, sue for malpractice. 6 twisted female fire sign is the culprit. Decided to use you. That's my son's lady. And I'm sad for my son because we've been so targeted and it's just so sad, but let's continue. Identity fraud, obstruction of justice, money was at the factor. All of this I've been going through has to come to an end. Forged legal documents, used identity of victim, which is victim and nothing was done. So this has to do with me and Dan and Phil's, triangulation. I gotta hurry here. So we read that one, now. We're gonna talk about my son, which, I guess Andrew was a predator of me, I guess for monies or energies, and suddenly he was in a game that he didn't know he was in. And I was so fucking mad, and I called it. The cop, the lawyer, and the priest in the amazing journal is about to be on fire. It is now 2025, it's January 2nd. It was Andrew's funeral today. I saw a lot of people I haven't seen for a while. Andrew looked very alive, but dead. His hands were black and kind of vampirish looking. Did he look? I am so sad, but I must transmute this sadness into joy, happiness, abundance, and love. I'm unsure if I just found this out yesterday, so I've been so sad anyway. I'm unsure if this means to keep going inside and loving myself, or if this means I must move. If I must move, I pray the most divine leads the way. In Jesus' name, amen. January 6th, it's all hitting me so much, and I miss my son so much. I totally was trying to let go of an unfounded notion that I had to worry about Andrew to make sure he was okay. And I was giving him all my money. I'd like to know more about him to start over to love him better. From 2013 to present, I've had a painful face and hair, ears experience. But the spiritual road is never easy. And if I were born in the right settings and of truthful reality, I'd be like, here to help everybody. Sarah, if we can look at our pain as growth and continue to shine, we can shine brightly. Steven said, which is my other son, when we were standing at Andrew's coffin, sorry, Mom, he's been dead for over a year now. So I perceive I've a spot in the world. Reasons some are targeted might seem random, but see, for thousands of years, people have been put around you to try to ruin you, to gaslight you. It's because of a genetic ancestral chain that ultimately we are meant to break. I've completed at least 3 to 4 times a karmic cycle this life, and I've finally been able to see the big picture. I'm one person, and the people around me represent groups, individuals that seemingly don't know or have anything to do with each other except knowing me. It's so weird and seemingly random, LOL. So I've talked with God before I was even sure, because I've known for a while. I just couldn't understand. So somehow I'm able to bring down these people everywhere that hate me. I somehow break down or bring to light global communities, groups, covens, corrupt governments, and such. This seems to be a very big deal. Yesterday at Andrew's funeral, I attended late but did not participate or hang out much with people. I guess if it was good enough to at least get the energy out there so that my online soul tribe family can help with. I basically realized that I've been on a broadcast radio frequency that many aliens watch and cheer and laugh on me, or cheer me on. Sometimes they scold harshly with tower moments. Oh, the Matrix. If we could only see the reality. I'm just not aware of how aware I am. I've become aware that I'm think in a cosmic type of consciousness. I now really want to learn about where the planets are in relation to Earth or astrology or cosmology. But yes, I have a personal relationship with the sun and the moon and the solar system, and besides the STG Stargate Galaxy dimension, as I was, I don't know, I guess I'm a Lyrian starseed. I don't know. Anyways, but I know. But yeah. Recently, I've realized that all these people I met and put in my astrology database are synastry aspects or flame aspects. It's been overwhelming. And my whole life has been stuck. Oh my God. So when I was signing the cremation papers, he said it was a legal and spiritual document saying that they'd never be able to resurrect the body. Anyway, many reasons. It seems I should go in and break up the Matrix shit, especially maybe my my one and only son left Steven. But look what happened when I didn't trust or intervene with my intuition when trying to help Andrew. LOL to my imagination. Andrew said message me, and if they don't help you, speak with Emily. This is untimely and sad. To know that everyone knows everything about me seems beyond ridiculous, but it's very similar to the Truman Show, and I select out of the void till it reaches. I've upgraded my DNA, slowly upgrading into my light body. So, like, you probably could tell, like, yeah, I don't know what it means why, but it's what's up. Or crystalline body that is going to be ready for the next big shift. I've always felt different, but AI hospitals, I did see a hybrid crane. It was part machine, part alive, working as a crane on these fake apartment buildings. No lie. The rising of the machine and sort of energy. Utah, smuggling energy. These planetary energies have got to the looniest. I don't know. The horn of judgment has been sounded, and my clairaudience is being heightened. To know that I made a deal with some huge universal mechanism that meant I birthed enemies. Well, Saturn saying to me, you can't just have kids with nobody. I was going to include the in-between, but I think it's been long enough, sorry. I was a test brought to Dan and Phil, just like they were mine, but hopefully